Good afternoon. So we are coming live to you from Khumaga Game Reserve. We have just been to the campsite. We've checked in. And checked in. Okay, sorry for that, just a quick technical glitch again. So we are streaming to you live from Khumaga in Botswana. The temperature is currently not visible on my screen. It will probably come up sooner or later, but it was about 31, 32 degrees earlier. It's now 4 p.m. We're going to go on a game drive quickly, and then see what holds. So the Boteti is still in flood. We had to take the pontoon to cross the river, so that was our first time doing that. That was great fun. We got some awesome aerial footage and also footage of the vehicle on the pontoon and crossing, so that will obviously come to you via our YouTube channel. And yeah, so we hope you enjoy this drive with us. Our subscriber goal is 1,000. As you can see on the screen, we're currently sitting at 603, and we do see that there are a lot of people that's interested in this kind of content. The messages we've received, the responses we got, the engagement on our socials, is all looking very positive. So we'll keep it going as far as possible. We also do have a little bit of a surprise. I'm just taking you for a cruise to the campsite, what it looks like. So this is KK8, we are at KK3. So all campsites basically have this similar layout. And let's see if we can go through the bush. They have redone all these campsites. So I'm excited to enjoy the new campsite layout for a change. I think, yeah, the last time we were here was 2 years ago, and it's changed quite significantly. Now, because the Boteti River is in flood, we used to be able to actually, go down into the riverbed where the waters are. There's KK6, where the waters are, and the elephants and zebra and all the other animals. But now, because it's in flood, we will be only able to stay on the banks. But we are going to try to use my mirrorless camera with the 300mm zoom lens and put it stationary to get you a bit closer to the action, like we tried yesterday at Malema Pan, but failed. Is that? Hey Johan, yeah, sorry man, but it's been a busy day. We did 336 kilometers from Kama Rhino Sanctuary. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but yeah, there's horrible patches just before Raafkorps. The potholes are crazy. And we literally just got here. We would have been an hour earlier, but due to the river crossing and the filming we wanted to do there, we spent some time. Yes, the river is full. I mean, I'm so glad I had the snorkel. When I came out of the river, I stopped at the gate and I opened the bonnet. I could see that the air filter on top, there is water there, and I opened it up, and inside it's dry as can be. So I'm so glad that I fitted the snorkel on the final stages before we came. That was the best thing that I could have done. So yeah, whew, so glad about that. So the river is full. Here where we are. The pontoon is 200 pula each way. So coming in 200, going out 200, so a total of 400 pula. And we already saw an elephant right by the gate, but we wanted to get the live stream going. So we're going to drive all the way to Hippo Pools this afternoon and see what we see. And like I said, we're going to use that zoom lens on my camera with the ND filter on, and even see if we can enjoy a sunset and maybe even do an exterior tour of the vehicle. If you guys are interested, put that in the live chat and we can do that. So this drive won't be as long as yesterday's one, because there's only such a stretch that you can do here and where the action's usually happening. So What you're expecting to see here is plentiful of zebra, wildebeest, elephant, giraffe, and there's also been 2 leopard sightings. So they've marked that on the board, and that's between here and Naipan, where we'll be visiting tomorrow. So we might even see a leopard. Now, when we change to the zoom lens, I will have to disconnect the in-cabin camera and use that HDMI cable because that's a nice long one. And then I've got my tripod, so we won't have to put it on the hood of the vehicle with the vibration. So yeah, hopefully that works out well. Yes, you answer. It's also the first time that we see the water. All the times that we've visited here, it was dry, and the pontoon was just lying there on a dry riverbed. It was so sad, and we are here now exactly the same time of year that we did our very first visit to Botswana, and it's changed completely. It's changed. I literally can't believe it. It's yeah. I didn't expect it. I think that year that we came here, it was like this, but more in February, March, and then it was completely dry after that. So, yeah, so far everything is doable. Um, we've taken you from Stockport border post. We've taken those roads are doable. There are rhino in the facilities over there, and now we're taking you to Khumaga. So, and showing you what's happening here. Tomorrow we'll be taking you to Naipan, and then you can obviously follow us for the rest of the route and see what Botswana looks like this time of year. Now, I also haven't aired down my tires yet. It's still, I think, it's aired down a little bit, but yeah, it's not aired down for thick sand. It's not aired down for water crossing. So I did have a little bit of a struggle getting off the pontoon. I didn't follow the right line, but with a little bit of reverse and then persistence forward, got out of it. But the biggest problem there was tire pressures. And the reason for that, I was pressured to get all the cameras set up. There were vehicles waiting on the other side. So yeah, I can't wait to look at that footage and start editing that. Yes, Johan, I know that Naipan Road like the back of my hand already, both sections and the road to Baines Bay above. I did that road the first time in a standard suspension Ford Ranger 2019 2-liter single turbo with a 10-speed gearbox, and that was horrible. I could only do like 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers an hour, and I literally, me and my wife felt, okay, this is the end of our trip. We need to go home. This vehicle is going to shake itself loose. But we were persistent, we carried on, and then we made it through Botswana. Then when I put this Foam Cell Pro suspension on of Ironman, I can't tell you what a difference this makes. I mean, when we came back there after that, I did like 50, 60, even 80 kilometers an hour that you have to go, whoa, 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 you need to slow down because you don't realize it because you don't have that heavy feedback of all the undulations and so on. So those speeds are very dangerous on that road. So just back down to like 30, 50 kilometers, even 60 if you want to. But yeah, the suspension makes a huge difference. I think with the standard suspension, it was like just water of all the heat that was generated throughout that road. So yeah, I might be talking a bit fast today, but we were really in a rush to get here and get the stream up and going. But the bush is thick again, so let's see what it holds for us. Also, please give us feedback on the audio and visuals. I haven't changed anything since yesterday. The only thing I changed yesterday was to reduce the audio levels with 6 dBs because the first one sounded a bit hollow and a bit like speaking into a box, but that might just be my speakers on my phone when I listen to it after the live stream. So please just give a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and just let us know where we can improve. Oh yeah, and we stopped in Letlakane. Just a quick note, guys. If you come into Botswana, we stopped in Letlakane and we wanted to buy some beef. There's no beef in the Pick n Pay's there's no beef in the Pick and Pay of Letlakane's shopping mall. It's just chicken and pork. That's all you get, chicken and pork. That's all that they sell now due to the foot and mouth disease. So just note that. I know Beef Boys and Delta Meat in Maun. I wonder if they will maybe have, I'm not sure. So when we go after Naipan to Maun, we'll check in with them and see if they've got any beef for us. And yesterday we had a glitch with the camera not working, and I'm pretty sure it was that cable. I think that cable's the USB-C to HDMI packed up, because I'm using camera 3's cable now today again, like I did yesterday, and that seems to be behaving itself. Okay, so currently the Boteti River will be on our left-hand side. That's where we are heading, and we'll see how close we can get. Usually we drive off the riverbank into the riverbed, and we follow the game drive's route, because they also go down there. And then you can get literally in between the zebras and elephants and so on. You don't want to get too close, but even when you're just standing still, they just like swarm around you to get past you. And I mean, that is a very cool experience. Whether we'll be fortunate enough to experience that today, I'm not sure, because of the water levels. So here the sand is getting a bit thicker, and this is like a taste of some of the undulations in the sand that you can expect. You'll see the rocking of the vehicle start picking up now, and then also, like Johan said, Tanner the Explorer, like he said, that Naipan road, good luck with that. That is really, that's a vehicle tester. That tests your setup. Any loose connections, any loose bull bars, nuts and bolts will be shaken or sheared off if it's not been tied down properly. Even your fridge, if you've got those fridges with the, I don't want to name a brand, but there's a brand that still has those wire baskets for the fridge. And we had people traveling with us, and they also put beers in their baskets like we do. Like we did cool drinks. We don't drink beer. That's something we don't do. Anyways, and past after that road, all those wires were actually broken through and fell through, and the beers were exploding inside the fridge and stuff like that. So when you do plan on these routes and you do buy gear and equipment, just buy the proper thing the first time. Buy once, cry once, rather than wasting money on things that's not been proven over time. So I think we're gonna turn left over here, because this should go towards the Boteti, if I remember correctly. Yeah, just not sure how far down we'll be able to go here. We might have to reverse and then go back the other way. Yeah. Let's see what's down there. I don't think there's going to be much there. That doesn't look like the spot. So the problem with doing game drives this time of the year, when there's so much water everywhere, the animals don't really care about going to all the well-known places as in the dry seasons, because on the dry seasons, then there's only certain places where there's water available, and that's where you'll find the animals. However, with water being dispersed so throughout Botswana now, they can literally be anywhere and enjoying their water anywhere. But the zebra and wildebeest migration comes through here this time of year, and usually this time of year you catch it on the tail end. So now, because of all the late rains, it might even be a bit earlier for that. I'm not entirely sure what the reports have been saying about this year's migration. So yeah, let's carry on here. So how's the weather in Cape Town? Is it still miserable, windy and rainy? Yeah, and that's good to hear. Yo, when we drove from Lesotho to Limpopo and we went through Johannesburg and Pretoria, the traffic was, it was horrible. It actually delayed us with about an hour and a half to 2 hours. We just saw the time of arrival just tick on, tick, tick, tick. And I'm like, how can this be? How can it be so? I hate that traffic. And those off ramps and on ramps and bypasses, it's crazy. I really don't enjoy that. I don't think anyone does. So there's a giraffe right there on our right hand side. Um, and there's another one coming up in the front. I know you probably can't see it from that side. I'm gonna get out the other camera now. Okay, so there we go.
Die action camera.
Nee, die groot camera, my camera is hier agter. Hoe gaan ek inzoom met daai camera? Okay, guys, I'm just going to move a bit forward because there's another vehicle right behind me. I'm going to pull off on the side here because I need to do a HDMI move quickly. Okay. Okay, so waar sou ek daarin gesit het? Elephant, okay, thank you.
But near the river, some back
Okay,
on the plane.
okay, thank you. Hello, hello. Ja, daai sunset agter die rug. Okay, so let's see if this works. Okay, that's upside down. Okay guys, so I'm currently using the 300mm mirrorless lens to get to the giraffe, but my hand's very shaky at the moment. Let me just get the sand back quickly. Let's just get the focus in. There we go. Okay, I'll try to hold it as still as possible. But yeah. So there's your first Khumaga giraffe. We just spoke to some people. They said that there are elephants up ahead. So should we stay here or move on? You tell me. That was our first test with the 300mm lens. We're going to move on now to the elephants. Some born to roam Africa coffee, the best. Just turn left over here. So this is called Boga Sight, and you can usually see the river from here, but with the overgrown vegetation, you can't see anything. So we're going to backtrack. Yes, Sean, as soon as we get there. But like I said, this vegetation is so thick. Hey, I can't remember this road being so far from the river. But yeah, we'll get there. And so now we're using the in-cabin camera's HDMI cable for the high zoom lens. And because the inside cabin camera is actually upside down, and the one I'm holding now, the 300mm, is right side up. That's why we had to do some in the moment adjustments. These look like, let's go down here. You also see a lot of these guys. Just another one grazing. There he goes. So from here, you should be able to see the river. This is one of those loops. Yeah, we can't go down here anymore. So usually you could go down here. So if there's no water in the river, you can actually go down there and go in the riverbed. But we can't do that now. So let's go back up here and carry on further down. Yeah, and did you see that part of the river now? I know it's in the beginning and you couldn't see that much, probably from cam 1. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, usually you go into that riverbed and then there's pools of water scattered around the riverbed and all the elephant and zebra, they congregate around the holes. Now there's like a whole river down there. It's madness. Well, for this time of year that I'm used to, it's madness. So there's a game drive vehicle in front of us. And okay, sorry guys, just be right back. He's taking a wee. Sorry, this guy. Sorry guys, the game driver was just taking a bit of a leak and nothing was exposed on TV. But yeah. So I'm sure this guy, if we follow him, he will lead us right to where the animals are. We might even see a leopard because they've got 2 sightings of leopards. So let's just follow this guy. Mm. And as you can see, these roads aren't that bad. But it's only like once you get into the riverbed in dry season that you will probably get stuck if you don't air down properly and use your 4-wheel drive systems as you should. See, I would have gone down there now, but I think this guy knows where he's going to, so let's just follow him. And then we would have come out this side. Yeah. Almost looked like a hippopotamus, but it was only a tree. Probably. Huh? Yeah, probably. There's another Impala. But I don't want to lose this driver because I've seen on the wall they've got certain codes like alphabetical codes A B C D E F G, and next to each code there's an animal's name. Like A will be a rhino, F will be a zebra, and I think they use those codes over the radio so that self-drive people don't hear where what is. So if they give out a call G at some location, then no one will know what G is. I think that's what they probably use it for. Yes, just to tie into that story, Johan, when me and my wife went to into the Muremi, I think we got to Kwai somewhere. There was a foreigner on a game drive safari vehicle, and he asked us, and like, what are we doing? We say, no, we're doing this, that, and we ask, what are you doing? He's saying, no, he's looking for the zebra. I'm like, dude, you can't find a zebra here. You must be blind. So I wonder where that game drive guy was taking him, because we were so tired of seeing zebras that I mean, and he wasn't finding any for his photography business. So I think you do sometimes get these drivers that they want to get more drives in, so they only take them to certain places and build up the suspense. Take them to like where there's one or two zebra, then a couple, and then a couple more. You know, I don't know. It just sometimes sounds like that. I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything. Here's an elephant bone on the side of the road. But when you hear these stories, that's what you think of. So yeah, he came down here. Oh yeah, there we go. So now you'll be able to see the river. So there we go. That is the Boteti River. Not much happening here. The last time this place was full of hippos. Gonna go more up. These guys are also gonna follow the safari vehicle. You can just drive a little bit faster, please. Pretty please. So, for interest's sake, we are sitting on 2,592 kilometers now. That's the total distance that we've traveled now in 5 days, including the game drives that we've done. Yeah, I mean, that is crazy. And when people congregate around a sighting like that, but I mean, everyone wants to see it. So now I don't know if the safari vehicle kept on. Sorry, did the safari vehicle carry straight on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah. And so in Savuti, was that the Savuti Marsh Pride? I know that you guys are probably aware that the Savuti Marsh Pride lions have adapted themselves in such a way due to food shortages and stuff like that, that they train themselves to actually hunt elephants. So yeah, I wonder if that was the Savuti Pride. I know there's another pride, I can't remember their name, what they are called. But yeah, that's a famous Savuti Marsh Pride. And here's a whole lot of impala grazing where the safari vehicle stopped. So, ga naar die camera toe. Wacht. Nee. Yeah, that's where we usually went down. So we just passed the place where we usually go down. But you can drive there. It's not that wet down there. These tracks. Man. But I don't see anything from here, so. You see riverfront left, but if he's not going down there. Yeah, but maybe it goes into. Ah, there's a big ass kudu to our right. Yeah. But he's behind the bushes now, behind the brush. Couldn't go. Okay, unmute more.
Wat is slank?
Oh. So just quickly, tomorrow morning we're heading to Naipan. Let me know if you want us to stream that road, Johan, as we drive it. I want to do some filming on that road also, so I know it's like 30 kilometers to South Camp, and then we go to the waterhole. So I can start streaming like the last 15, 10 kilometers, depending on how much filming I can get in for the first part of it. So tomorrow, I think the stream will start much earlier because it's not that far from where we are now. Dan je plak gaan weer daarvoor in. Okay, guys. Change of plan. There's an elephant right in front of us. And just move closer slowly. I wanted to stop here and show you the zebra, the giraffe, but
Zebra, giraffe.
okay. Die camera nog aan hoort. Nou jy het weer flip. Ja.
Nou gaan my mense voor die olifant stop.
Don't know if you guys can start seeing the elephant already, but we're going to Hippo Pools. He's on our right hand side. Come on. Antonio, focus hier so. Okay, so there's your first elephant. And this is the closest that we have come to one this far. Yes, Johan. Yes, Johan. Okay, so we will definitely be streaming that part. I don't know exactly from when, unfortunately. I can't always be 100% sure. So let me know if you guys want to stay here a bit or move on to Hippo Pools. I'm not sure what we're going to see there. He's looking right at us now. There he's moving. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in more with this camera, and my mirrorless camera needs to be on a tripod. But that takes too much time to set up and get steady, and then you get all that shaky footage the whole time. So maybe I can do a digital zoom on this thing. No. Okay, wait, he's coming. He's walking right towards us. I hope he's not upset with us. Dink jy ons kan die kamera hier so bo op die dak sit? So we're just trying to get you as close as possible using the selfie stick now. So dat is slecht wat ek het. He's devouring those branches. Meet jy my? Ga gou vir my na die ene toe. Okay, so there's a semi-elephant graveyard right here. And now this safari vehicle is behind me, so I'm just gonna loop around these impalas. I'm just gonna let him pass me because I want to show you this elephant graveyard. With the sun, but there's a semi-elephant graveyard. There's his head and his teeth. The sun might be a bit too harsh. Yes, Jungle Bear, it is awesome to see these animals in the wild like this, in their natural habitat. I think I must just drive around this loop. So I can definitely see there's nothing happening up the river from the which way we came. So I'm just going to turn around here and loop around here and then go back up and get a different angle of that elephant graveyard. So, and then move on to hippo pools. Okay, I'm going to get you a shot now of this elephant skull. This is a good angle. There you go. Hmm? Yeah, guys, so sorry about that. We are trying to maneuver cameras around here in the vehicle, and unfortunately, with this being a wired system, it does get plugged out. Semi-elephant graveyard, a big head over there, and more bones. I want to actually see where this game driver went to now. Okay, so we saw an elephant and we saw the skull of an elephant. Let's go see if we can find a waterhole with elephant. To be honest, I must be honest, this isn't a very easy task to perform. Driving and changing cameras, communicating in cabin. So yeah. So to be quite honest, this is not what I expected at all. The last couple of times that we've been here, there's always been a magnitude of elephant and zebra just grazing and drinking water over here. And now there's like, saw 2 elephants today. That's it, four giraffe, not one zebra so far. Fly, little birdie, fly. Fly, little birdie, fly. So, welcome to Safari Drive with Born to Roam Africa, where we take you on our live expedition safari drives, looking for animals that when you look for them, you don't find them. When you don't look for them, you find them. I think we should just go as far down or up this river actually as we possibly can. I've never seen this place this wet and green. Here's fresh elephant dung on our left hand side. But no Ellie. And to my right. There were definitely elephant here. There's a lot of dung lying around. Yeah. Mm. Okay, so we've got a hippo in the water here at, I believe this is Hippo Falls. So let me get out, see if we can get around here. water. Can't go through there. Okay, so I've just stopped at Depot Pools now. I'm not sure if you can see that Depot. There, one just stuck his head out, and there's another one whose back is stuck out. But closer to us, there's another one. So I'm not sure if you can see that one. Yeah, so you can see that one. Ja, Antonio, ja, je kan, maar moet net nie wegneem nie. Oh, there's two right here. Just change quickly, just change one. Okay, so we just zoomed into two hippos just lying there in the water. We do have another one to the right of them that's very close by, but he just keeps on popping his head up and down, up and down. But these two seem to be lying there. We also have some kudu to the left and more kudu to the right of this waterhole. Let me know if you can hear the bird life outside. You're probably getting a double feed. Okay, I think I can leave this one off. There's one to the right that's very active, jumping up and down in the water, but then he disappears. So if I put the camera on him, you won't be sure when you'll get a view of him. There's under again. I think we'll stay on this one for now. So at the moment I'm counting 5 hippos that I am aware of, that I can actually see.
Weet jy daar het met ons is.
So yeah, these hippos are getting very active at the moment. So these hippos are getting very active at the moment. The two that we were looking at initially, they have moved on and they actually came much closer to us. So we are in a mode where we need to be able to get the equipment back into the vehicle, get ourselves into the vehicle and out of the way as soon as possible. Because if these things start charging, they are fast.
Alles geweet.
Hey Stefan, so yeah, we've got a campsite booked at Khumaga. I think it is campsite KK3. So it is a designated campsite in the wild though, so you can expect any animal to walk through your camp. And they do have conditions and solar panel warm water. So that's for, so after we're done here, we'll head back to camp and then spend the evening there. So in times past, a lot of elephant and giraffe and zebra has come through our camps, but the state that it's in now, it's much different. I mean, I think it's because of all the water, the animals congregate at different areas now. So yeah, we'll set up camp at a designated wild camp at Khumaga. Hey Stefan, so not sure if I've already said this, but yeah, we're setting off camp at Khumaga KK3 campsite. Fucking Great Western Province, thank you for joining. Yeah, we've got the zoomed in camera on the tripod, nice and steady today. And we've got the sunset there in the background so that you can have a nice sunset and also see what's happening in front of us, because these hippos are up and down the whole time. Now Stefan said there's dedicated wild camping sites at Khumaga, and we'll be staying there at KK3 this evening. Yeah, yes, well watching Botswana, these guys are going ballistic in front of us. Awesome, great that you guys can join in. Yeah, so welcome to everybody tuning in to another Born to Run Africa Wild Safari drive. We are at Khumaga in Botswana. We are visiting hippo pools at the moment, doing a sunset view of the pool, and we've got some hippos being active in the front of us, and we're going to stay here until it doesn't get too dark, because we still need to head back to camp. So thank you for joining in, enjoying the sunset, and yeah. Tomorrow we head off to Naipan. I know today's game drive started off a bit jerky. We had some issues with the cameras, we were trying different things out, and so thank you for sticking with us and being patient. And now I can enjoy this lovely sunset. I must say I'm very impressed with this action camera, because the main view you are seeing now is from an action camera with an ND filter on. I think I can reduce that ND filter level quickly, and then you'll have a brighter one. Let me see. What's ND 16? Yeah, okay, so that's an ND 16. Maybe I can even go down to an 8. Beautiful, eh?
Yes. Amazing.
We're actually busy live streaming this now.
Where are you from?
Excuse me?
Where coming from South Africa.
Yeah, Cape Town. And you?
No, I'm coming from Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Mm.
But this isn't your first time here, eh?
No.
I can see so. You look very comfortable.
No.
Awesome.
Oh, nice that you have your son with you.
Yes, yeah, I know they must
Good
learn.
girl.
They must learn these things. Oh, that's a beautiful sunset. Okay guys, so we're going to start packing up. I'm going to pack up the zoom lens camera, but you'll still have that sunset view, and then we're going to drive off and head on to camp. We'll just have the outside camera on and the indoor one. Okay guys, so we are back in the vehicle. We packed up the zoom lens that was overlooking the hippos in the pool. I hope you guys enjoyed. We tried our best to give you something new, and we're also learning as we go along. And thanks for your patience, and we are trying to get you the best experience ever. I mean, there's a hippo now looking right at me, but the light's just getting too low to expose that properly. Oh, so yeah, this was a very eventful day. I mean, we haven't rested since we left Khumaga Sanctuary this morning at what time did we leave there? We woke up like at 6 o'clock. We left there like 8, 9 o'clock. Boston, Miami, damn dude, you're watching from 4 years, man. That's very encouraging to see that we're reaching that part. But yeah, we want to bring you South Africa and show you Africa in a whole as well. So yeah, stick with us. We've got, I think, 17 days of streaming to do. We're on day 5 now. It seems like our schedule is usually from in the afternoon around about 3 o'clock-ish. Tomorrow might be a bit earlier. But once the stream has gone down, once we've ended the stream, YouTube will upload it as a video and you can rewatch it. And we will keep it there. I will probably, when I get home, maybe cut out some of the boring parts and maybe add some music to it, if I can do it, because I don't want to remove it and then upload it again. But yeah, thanks for the support, Stefan. Are you guys ready to go? I think that's as much as we're going to be able to see. So just also, if you can give us a quick thumbs up for audio and visuals, because we've been changing between different mics and stuff, and we just want to ensure that the last part of the trip of the stream is going to be fun and enjoyable. I mean, what I've learned about content and stuff like that is you can have bad video, but if the audio is bad, then it's horrible for the viewer. So we're trying to bring good audio and also good visuals. Next. So, in darkness, we find camp. Just like our first night at Khumaga Sanctuary. So, we so far didn't do any filming at Khumaga today, only the pontoon crossing. We filmed that and entering through the gate. The wildlife wasn't as expected. I was very disappointed in the elephants, but we might see one or two cross the road now, like the rhinos did yesterday and the day before. That would be great, because I do see fresh elephant dung here, so they must be somewhere in the bushes. But they usually come down for water and then they go back up in the bush, and then they come down and they go back up in the bush. So yeah. We will not be go to Lanyanti, but we're not going there. We're going to Tobolos, which is a place we discovered and visited there the previous time we came to Botswana. And they've got a man-made water hole because water used to be a very scarce thing in Botswana. I believe it still is. This is an unnatural amount of water this time of year. And so they've got a man-made water hole there. So all the wildebeest, all the buffalo, all the elephant, giraffe, zebras, and even wild dogs. We got wild dogs there the first time we stopped there. So we're going to stop there also. The thing that makes it difficult to stream the water hole, I'll still see how we can do that, because they've got a balcony in a restaurant bar area patio thing, and the vehicles is a bit far off. But if we get a camping site close to the water, or close to the edge, then we might be able to use our zoom lenses and get you into that action with another kind of setting like this evening as the sun sets with all the elephant. So that's beautiful over there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yes, I will watch for the signboards. Yeah, but it got so dark, literally, that campsite 7 is out of your peripheral vision. And I'm going to keep on with that excuse. I must first see if I'm following the right tracks out of here. It seems like I am. I'm just backtracking on my GPS. I'll probably get to that elephant graveyard again, because I know there's a road to the left up here also that one can take. So what do you guys like most? Do you like the game drives, or do you like going to a spot, sitting there and waiting? I mean, definitely when it's sunset, that's what we can do. But yeah, I mean, like that, I think that was very nice and beautiful to watch and end the day off. But me again, I'd like to see the place. What does it look like? Yeah, here we are by the elephant graveyard again, where we were earlier. I've still got a funny story about that. Not this specific elephant graveyard, but about a elephant graveyard. Also, yeah. That was like the first time we came here. Let me know in the live chat if you want to hear that story or not. You can definitely see that elephants has been through here by the destruction of the trees, being pushed over and broken. Well, maybe Botswana delivers again in the final hours, like you guys have seen the past 2 nights. But we need to get... Oh, here we go. Here's a nice big Ellie to our left. I'm going to see how close we can get without getting in his way. Let me just see here. Okay, so we are here. I know it's a bit far off, but for us it's very close. So what you do get is you get cameras with remote control zoom lenses, and if I can afford one of those and put that on the roof and operate that from inside here, man, that would be awesome. But yeah, just once again, this trip, and we are not sponsored by anyone or anything. Nothing has been gifted us or sponsored us or anything like that. Everything has been paid for and researched and installed by ourselves. Everything, all the promotion, all the social media stuff is done by my wife. All the camera operation and broadcasting is done by our son Antonio, who is now 12 years old. And then yeah, so I mean, this is the only, well, yeah, for now this is the best that we can deliver. But we wanted to do something like this for a long time, and we worked more than a year on this concept, testing it, and finally we just decided let's do it. So if you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe and share. um, I will probably at some time get a Patreon page. I do have one. I'll publish it actually tonight, a Patreon page. At this moment, there's no special subscriptions or anything with it. It's just however you feel that you want to support the channel and the content that we are planning on doing. And then also there's super thanks and super chats that you can engage with on the streams and on our videos. I think on the super thanks, it's like a heart button you press, and then there's preset values you can use, or a custom one. And then we can upgrade the system, because what I've got in plan is to ditch this canopy and pub and put a full on home office broadcasting studio in the back, where we can literally sit and do all the broadcasting, from upgrading camera systems and indie filters and things like that. So yeah, that's the plan that we've got. We'd like to do this. I mean, the reason also why we're choosing Botswana is because of the Starlink service policies that they allow here. And I know Namibia is also not allowing it there. South Africa has got restrictions. So as soon as those policies start opening up much more, I know we can go on global roam. We'll still test that, but that service plan is a bit outside of our budget at this time. So this channel will only grow by the community that supports it. And yeah, let us know what you like, what you don't like, what we can improve on, and we'll take that into consideration in the future. So yeah, it's 6:15. This elephant, I think we're gonna get the move on now. Maybe we'll get some more.
Hi, I'm Gemini, your AI assistant from Google.
Okay, I did not ask anything from you.
More done. Remember to stay focused on driving safely when we're talking.
That's weird. I did not ask Gemini anything, and he's just listening to me. Gemini, why are you listening to me? Please shut off.
My apologies for the confusion. It sounds like I might have triggered accidentally. Since you're on the map, I'm happy to help you find a spot or check the traffic if you need anything, but otherwise, I'll stay out of your way. Is there anything you'd like to look for?
Can you help me look for my campsite in Khumaga, Botswana?
To get improved suggestions on places around you, Gemini needs your precise location from Android Auto. Tap OK on your car's screen to continue.
No, just leave it. Oh, that Impala is barking. Okay, so it's definitely cooling down now. I could feel it in the air that the temperature is dropping. It's now 25 degrees Celsius. We've done 2,600 kilometers at this stage of the trip, and this is day 5. About how big the Impala was that we saw at Khumaga Sanctuary. Tomorrow will be a lot of this. Bouncy, 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 bounce. So we're just heading back to camp now. I just want to thank everyone for engaging and for viewing and supporting and subscribing. And like I said, we do have a subscriber goal of 1,000 to reach. I think we're on 600 and something at this stage now. And yeah, so we'd like to hit that subscriber goal before the end of this trip. That would be great support. So yeah. Like, subscribe, share, and we carry on. So, just again quickly, once we leave Mount, so tomorrow it's Naipan, then we go to Mount. Once we leave that, we are going to start streaming for the whole day. The reason being, the whole day is going to be like this, like we're driving now, with animals and stuff like that. So we're going to stream the whole day. It's not going to be any tar roads because we're going to go through the Muremi Game Reserve, through the Okavango Delta, where possible, because I've still heard that certain roads to Third Bridge is not accessible. So we'll have to have a look at that if we can get to Third Bridge, and then also Kwa and Magoto. And then they also said Savuti is accessible, but not via the airport approach road. But that's not the one that we take anyways, because who wants to play life on easy mode? We take the other road. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And those days will probably definitely be a full day live streaming because it's gonna be a game drive. From camp to camp is going to be the actual game drive. But we'll see how that goes. Who knows, if we get the support that we get, we might go and do this in Australia or New Zealand or America. I mean, why not? I mean, I know that that sounds a bit ambitious. Is that the right word? Ambitious? Ambitious? Yeah. It sounds a bit ambitious, but I mean, why not? Anything's possible nowadays. Stock route, all those places. They've got some beautiful spots in Australia. The only thing I don't like, what I see, are the flies. There's a magnitude of flies over there when the guys camp. They even wear these nets and oh. So I'll choose like a season where there's like no flies. I think that will probably be the wet season. I don't know how far you can get then. Some in-cabin lighting. You see, the boys learning. While we drive like this, feel free to ask questions about anything that you'd like to know, like where we're from. So we're from South Africa, Cape Town. I was born and bred there, nowhere else. Oh, how's that? How's that red sky? That red lining? The blue, red, and the clouds to the right. Oh, that's beautiful. I just saw it out my window and I wanted to view on the screen. So, what would be great if we've got like some kind of like another vehicle that has like a production manager that can manage all the camera angles and the mics and things like that, so that I don't have you don't have to hear me say go to camera one, camera this, camera that, and so on. So yeah, just quickly, I know that I said earlier that we are not supported by anyone, and sometimes we do talk about the brands that we use and and trust. So we're just going to flick that up on the screen just to show you like something that's possible with our streams and stuff. So all the brands that you see now are brands that we use, and we weren't sponsored by them or anything. Everything that we use of them is paid out of our own pockets, like I said earlier. But yeah, so if you've got any questions about these brands specifically, you can ask us that, and we will give you our honest opinion and our honest insights and our real world experience with them. So yeah, feel free to do that, and we can keep this a safe, open space, and be transparent with gear, accessories, and philosophies, even if you want to go that deep. But yeah. Okay, Stefan. So yes, we will do a camp setup video. At this stage, it's just been a rush, and we want to get the live stream up, but we also want to do video filming. So when we get into Muremi, there's days that we're only going to do like 29 kilometers. So that's going to be quick. So that will open up more time for us to do some filming on that and even do a live stream. So I think the best time for that will be when we travel from Kwai to Magoto. I think that's like 29, 30 kilometers. We can live stream to Magoto, and then we can set up the cameras around the vehicle because there's a lot of animals right in that campsite because it's on the river. And maybe we can do something like that, and we can do a live walkthrough of our camp setup and our electrical system. I wanted to do that actually today. But yeah, definitely when we get back home after this trip, I will do a YouTube video dedicated to our setup and everything that we've got. I'll definitely do that. And then talking Great Western Province, we'll be sure to put your name in the hat first to draw for production manager. I think that's great. That's great.
Johan, thanks for the timing, guys. Enjoy. Oh,
But no. Yeah, so we're just having some technical difficulties again with camera one. I think the battery might be flat on that camera. So yeah, but we are almost at camp, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. You don't have to see our faces. I can swap this camera around quickly. Just go back to be right back. Okay, so there we've just turned the in-cabin camera around. Talking Great Western Province, yes, you are definitely a contender. Keep that up, and then we'll have a quiz at the end to see who qualifies. But yeah, so I think the battery on camera one is dead now because it has been quite some time now, live streaming and stuff like that with it. And the in cabin, we've just swapped it around so it looks a bit different. And yeah, let's make our way to camp. And Yuan, yeah, it's a pleasure broadcasting you some entertainment. I mean, thanks for viewing, thanks for watching, thanks for engaging. Yeah, so now you see the thing is now it's 6:30 now. So when we actually get to camp, then we need to set up camp and start making food. So that can be a bit daunting. Well, not daunting, just a bit busy. We've just got a big elephant to the left of us, but unfortunately it is too dark. It's too dark to see him. And now he's behind the bushes. So yeah, they're also roaming around here. But let's make our way back. You want somebody, you lose some. That night sky to the right, coming through those trees and bushes. Oh, that's beautiful African skies there. Yes, that is so beautiful. We're gonna see a lot more tomorrow night. We're gonna be at the at Maipan, and you would have seen in some of my earlier Botswana Instagram videos with the elephants and the zebra and the red sky going down. That's beautiful. So we're definitely going to be there for a sunset also. There's not a lot of roads like this. It's more open plains, what I'm used to. I mean, and I guess it would be grass like this also. And then there's one waterhole where all the animals usually congregate around. So we're going to see if we can get there, and hopefully they are there. I mean, I'm so surprised by the lack of wildlife that we've seen today here. Really, this is, for me, it's not normal. And this isn't my first time here. So, and I've been here at this exact same time in 2 or 3 years ago, exact same time, and it was wild. I mean, you couldn't drive like 500 meters without driving into an elephant, literally. I think now we've had 3 sightings, 4. So yeah, we just realized that because cam 1 on the roof is down, that there's no audio coming through from outside. So yeah, sorry about that. So we'll just keep the in-cabin mics on so that you can at least probably have some noise or some sounds. So with live streaming, there's another way to bring sound in without getting copyright strikes and that, and that's by opening up a Discord channel. But then everyone that views joins that Discord channel, and you can stream music to that channel while streaming your video footage actually. But that's all a lot of settings and configuration. And then you can also use Spotify or YouTube's copyright free music and play that in the background. But getting the audio levels right so that you can hear the dialogue, hear the outside, and then that to get that balance correctly takes time, and we didn't have time to do that. I mean, I got introduced to streaming through gaming. That's how I learned all this stuff. So people are probably going to bark at this, but if your kids want to go into something, let them just go into it full out and then stop, because at least they would have learned the skill. Because I mean, that's a skill that I learned, and look what we're doing with that skill now. I don't do online gaming streaming anymore. Sometimes I still game, but I don't stream it anymore. But that was something that interested me. Not the gaming per se, that was fun, but the technology around streaming and getting things out there like that, that was very interesting to me. So I did research, I built my own rigs, and I did that. And then when we started overlanding like this more regularly, I thought, yeah, I can incorporate that into this life of mine and share this with people, which will be hopefully encouraging. So just a little snippet of the way that we got here. Obviously, there's a lot more technical details with that, which we can chat about in other streams if you'd like. Like for instance, now I want to play some Johnny Clegg, you know, Scatterlings of Africa, Great Heart, things like that. So I think while you're watching this, maybe just have a soundbar, tune that in the background. We want that kind of ambience going. But I know as soon as I start playing that on stream, then these videos and streams will get copyright strikes and things like that. So it's not worth it. We are very close to our camp now. Okay, so the SKL office is closed. Thanks to that. So KK3 is down here. So we're entering the camp area now. In front of us, if the light hits it, that's the ablutions. As we go to the right, you'll see the solar panels for warm water. These are actually very nice ablutions. Now we need to find KK3. This is what fucking Great Western Province was talking about. Look out for the boards. So here's a board. Let's see if we can follow directions today. Not even on that board.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. It's not on that board. It's set down here. See if it's down here. Because there's no boards here. But this is the very first campsite that we have found. Okay, so yeah, it starts again. Looking for the campsite because they said KK3 down here, and then the very next board you get doesn't even have it marked. Look here. This is the very next board. So KK9 and 10 goes right. K8, 7, and 6. Yeah. I don't know. We're just going to have to drive around here till we find it again. I saw ask the lady, you know, is it marked? Is our campsite marked? Let's check here.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, here's KK3, and nothing brought us here. There wasn't one thing. Okay, so be that as it may, we found camp. In darkness, we will find camp. With a bit of a struggle, but we found it. Not as bad as Rhino Sanctuary struggle. But yeah, you can have a view at this is the new campsite layout. They've built those concrete slabs over there for workstations. You can braai there in the middle one, left and right. You've got some work areas. And then our favorite braai is always the concrete slab.